Good afternoon and welcome to Real Talk with Tamara. As you guys come into the room, please hit the like button. Also, if you have not subscribed to the channel, please do subscribe to the channel. I want you guys to know how much I appreciate you so much. All of my old subscribers, all of my new subscribers, all of my future subscribers, I want you guys to know that I truly appreciate you, okay? I just appreciate all of the love and all of the support, okay, that I get from you guys, okay? I wanted to talk about Black Youngster's new album. Okay, Black Youngster's album dropped, I believe, on today, on April the 6th. Okay, and I had the opportunity to really just go. I was sitting here and I was like, let me go and listen to some of that album. Right, just a few of the songs that is posted on YouTube. Okay, and just in listening to a few of the songs, it seems like to me, Black Youngster is throwing out threats, okay, but you know, maybe threats within his inner camp, okay, just from what I could pick up on, and throwing out subliminals about how he has taken people out. Now, it's easy for people to say that, I just kind of put something in a rap song or whatever. But we know that rappers say that, okay? Oftentimes, especially people like Black Youngster feel like you gotta be living what you rap about. It's unfortunate that they have that type of mindset that you have to be that people are not going to consider you official unless you are destroying lives. Because basically that's what they're doing. They're destroying lives when they're out there gang banging and killing people and feeling like this is what they need to do in order to sell a record, right? Because basically that is what has been put into the atmosphere with the Black community. And it's unfortunate that misguided people like Black Youngster feel like that is what needs to be done, right? That in order for me to be official, I got to destroy my community. And that's exactly what he is doing. And it seems to me that is something that he wants to relish in. That's something he wants to soar in. I want to be known as being a gangster. I want to be official. Um, this is how I want to die, knowing that I have destroyed the Black community, because I feel like that's a badge of honor to me, right? That's what he's saying in so many words. It's unfortunate, but God got something for that, right? Because you have to read what you sow. That is the good thing that I heard him say in quite a few of his songs. They say what you do come back around to you. So he already know God gonna pay him a visit, right? He already is standing at his doorstep, knocking. Okay. He already know that, right? But in one of his songs, he was talking about you know, he was in a unmarked car, or not an unmarked car, but in a he was standing by in a car, or something, looking or something like that. You have to pay very very close attention to um what people say, and I always put this into the atmosphere because it's so true. It's certain things that I kind of go, wow, because people, a lot of these young dudes, as it relates to anything, okay, they they'll sit up and say, well, somebody snitching on me. The biggest snitch of them the biggest snitch of them is themselves. A lot of these people kind of tell on themselves and things of that nature. And when the authorities, and I'm just talking about as it relates to any rapper that is out there committing crime, and when a lot of the officials, especially when they're watching them, they listen to their stuff and they already know what they know, and then they hear it in a song. Why y'all think that they're going so hard to start convicting these people based on what they put in a song? These people know, the district attorneys and the authorities and stuff know that these rappers are putting what they do in a song because they're being watched, right? They know, and of course, they have people that are witnesses that basically already tell them, and then they go and put probably what they've been told by witnesses and things of that nature in a song, and they go, well, damn, Because one thing for sure, when a witness tell you something, it has to be investigated, right? It has to be watched, it has to be investigated, it has to be dissected. And then when somebody goes and puts something in a song verbatim to what the witness has said, hell, that person had no way of knowing who the witness, what the witness had told the authorities, right? And so that's why I say a lot of these people, and I'm just saying in general, I'm just saying people in general, some of the things that they say, especially when they're rappers and they kind of glorify this life of crime and destroying, they tell on themselves, right? They tell on themselves, right? And so, like I said, it just kind of seemed to me when he had put into the atmosphere, if you my partner, don't um hold on, I want to say it verbatim what he said, okay? Hold on. I got it, because that kind he said he been killing beef so much that people telling him he needs to become a vegan. So that's basically saying, he feel like he needs to take out anybody that he's beefing with, right? Like I said, just kind of glorifying that. And then he said in a song, people want to, once you kill somebody or something like that, you kill the op, they want to people start talking about there needs to be peace, but they ain't on a call of truce or something like that. They ain't really on nothing like that. So it just kind of seems to me that Black Youngster, people like him cannot, um, you know, they just cannot be out amongst other people. People like him cannot be supported because he's sitting up talking about, you won't survive if you put my name in a rap song. Okay. So now you feel like you have the right to kill somebody because they put your name in a song. Okay, you can't be supported. That means you can't be in the rap industry because that's how rap was created, really, during battles and things of that nature. If you can't take your name being said or put in a song, that means that you can't. We can't. Your music can't be supported. What Black Youngster is doing is promoting destruction of the Black community. It's one thing, when people are and I know he's not the only one. Someone said, boy, Black Youngster, he ain't the only one. He's not. Okay. And that's why I say people like him cannot be supported, especially when they feel like it's what's so sad is, just like somebody else was saying, is that he thinks that he is right. You think that you can play God. Black Youngster know he is not God, but you think that you can play God, and he said something about, his people in his inner circle, basically they don't need to turn their back on him or something. It almost seemed like it was a threat. Treat me like I've treated you or whatever. Go hard for me like I've gone hard for you. Basically, um it just kind of seemed like to me that he was throwing out some threats to the people in his inner circle. I believe that was in Don't Turn Your Back or something, in that particular song. And I know that I may not be getting the names right verbatim, but you know, I did go and listen to it. They know what I'm talking about here. The ones that have listened to it know exactly what I'm talking about. Okay. But like I said, this stuff is weird. It's really just sad. And I don't know if, because like I said, I never heard Young Dolph even say Black Youngster's name in a song. I heard Black Young Dolph say that he didn't know Black Youngster. And so I think, when Black Youngster is sitting in jail, he's going to, because Black Youngster do know that he's going to go to jail. Okay. And that has nothing to do with me or anybody else. It has everything to do with him and the laws of the earth. And the laws of the earth is you have to reap what you sow. There has to be some retribution for when you do wrong. Okay. So if anybody gonna get mad about that before they start posting in my comments, don't get mad at me. Get mad at God. I ain't even in the mood to be arguing with nobody. I just gotta kick some knowledge. Okay. the laws of the earth is that you have to reap what you sow. And what Black youngster need to be trying to do is get himself right with God at this point, because there is no way around what any of them have done that is wrong. And stop lining these young dudes up that is in his camp, because in at this point, when you sending out dudes that, especially with the type of heat that Black youngster is up under, and that is over him. And these little dudes got to know that there is no way in hell that they could ever outsmart the authorities, not with the type of people that is involved in this situation. So anytime he's sending out young dudes to do anything, or even if they want to, because they are misguided, they feel like they want to gain some type of position, Black youngster is old enough at this point to say, now, no, I can't let you do that. I can't let you mess your life up. Okay. At this point, if he's sending them out to do stuff, he's lining them up, because he got to know that they're going down, because ain't nobody getting away with anything. Like youngster know the type of scrutiny that he is up under. And I just hate that he is not taking this opportunity to try to get himself right with God. I hear him talk about God, and I know that he knows about God, but it is unfortunate. And it is unfortunate that Black youngster allowed Yo Gotti to pull him into a mess. And what he has been pulled into is a cesspool. And Gotti thinks that he's gonna come out smelling like roses. But if you go back and listen to some of my video, even from last year, I said it's gonna be unfortunate that Black youngster is going to realize at some point that Gotti is not going to have the same energy for him once Gotti realizes how these people are on top of them. And I said, if you all remember, I kept saying, I said, they're pushing Black youngster out there because they know that there has to be some retribution. And Black youngster in their minds is more expendable. They don't care a whole lot about him. Moneybag Yo, they try to keep protected because they feel like he's the bag for real. I said that Gotti feels like his brother is going to feel like he's going to have more loyalty to his brother than Black youngster. Okay, he'll choose his brother over Black youngster. And I knew, even when that video came out, I knew Gotti, assuming Gotti had to approve that video, right? And I feel like this is what has been in place for the longest. And I was saying that law enforcement, other people were saying that too. Black youngster at some point is going to realize that he was used, and that they're pushing him out there. For as if there has to be any retaliatory situations, it'll be Black youngster in his camp, or if somebody has to go to jail, it'll be Black youngster in his camp. And so, hey, this is what happens. This is definitely what happens. But I know a lot of people will say, well, he didn't have anything to do with Young Dolph's murder. Hey, that's not for me to decide. Okay, that's going to be for the authorities to and a jury to determine. Okay. At this point, I hate that all of this happened. I really do, because I was listening to Black youngster's music. Black youngster has a song, and even though, like I said, when people get mad at me when I say, well, we should have chose Young Dolph, we should have. When I say, with this situation with Yo Gotti and them, when they were going back and forwards, and they kept it on the mic, we were still, listening to everybody, because nobody ever thought that it would get this far out of control, because rappers go back and forwards. Anytime they get ready to put an album out, they would create beefs and things of that nature, and it would make their record sales soar. When did it ever get to where rappers are too sensitive, where their names can't be said? I'm gonna kill you. Okay, we can't support nobody like that. You can't allow your children to listen to that type of energy. That's a demonic force that is in the atmosphere, that's having Black people to especially Black men who supposed to be leading their community out of bondage, to destroy their community. It's just not right. And before anybody say, well, he ain't, such and such did it. I'm not talking about such and such. I'm talking about Black youngster at this point. Okay. That's what I'm talking about, because this stuff is out of control. Black youngster If Gotti ain't gonna call the truth because he wants to separate himself from it. He want to say, I never had anything to do with it to begin with. He just kind of leaving Black Youngster out there to dangle. Okay, kind of leaving him out there to hang dry. But Gotti is not going to get away either. Gotti knows that he has to reap what he sowed. I truly believe uh that he knows that he's going to reap what he sowed. You can't get away with destroying lives. Okay, it's just, and I'm talking about as it relates to anybody, me or anybody. There has to be some retribution as it relates to that, right? And so, yeah, listening to his album, I think he wants to play hard, but there are a lot of subliminals. And sometimes a person can hate what they've done, but they got to keep that negative energy out there to consistently misguide the little troops that they got around them that's already misguided and misled. Because as soon as you try to back down, you feel like you're gonna look a certain way to the troops instead of trying to help to save these young dudes' lives. Maybe God will show him a little bit of mercy if you do that, but instead he's consistently putting that negativity into the atmosphere. He came from the hood, he came from hard living, and I know he did. It seemed like to me, because God has blessed him and he has attained some type of wealth for himself, that he would be trying to reach back and help these little dudes and take them another route, because the route that he's taking them down is the route straight to the grave or to the penitentiary for life. That's probably, depending on what they get charged with, is going to ultimately lead them to the grave. Because when I tell you, they're working on giving them the death penalty, and they're going to start utilizing that again in Tennessee. I told y'all that last year, and y'all see that it is coming to pass. I don't know a lot of these people in these key positions not to know what is going on, And even with that, I've tried to put positivity into the atmosphere to tell these little dudes, change your life. To tell these OGs, go get your kids. Go get your sons and stuff and change your damn life. Get up off damn crack and powder and guide your kids, because the OGs that are not their fathers is sending them out on dummy missions and sending them straight to the grave, and won't even help their mothers pay for a plot or a funeral. Okay? Hell, get up off the, in the OG's era, that was crack. You a damn fool. I talk about them like they're a damn dog when I figure out that they on fentanyl, because that shit just came out. Nigga, you is trying fentanyl with your old ass, and you already know what it's gonna do. I'm hooked on fentanyl. Okay? You done went through the damn crack era. You saw what crack did to you. Okay? The primo era. And you gonna get your old ass to be 50 and say, I'm on fentanyl. I ain't got it on heroin. Or heroin or whatever. So I don't feel sorry for you, because you know better. You need to get y'all's asses up off this shit and go get y'all sons, because these OGs is sending them out as crash dummies. Okay, they're using them as they was doing over in Iraq. When they was using the children and putting bombs on them. You know what I mean? I believe I forgot what they was calling them when they used the little children, and they put the bombs on the little kids, and they was doing that when the war was going on. And that's exactly what these OGs are doing to these young dudes, because when they send y'all out, when they sit up talking about, I'm gonna pay for your bond, you might not get a bond. It ain't up to Black Youngster and them if you get a damn bond. They lawyer ain't good enough if the judge don't want to give you a bond. Okay, and that lawyer they using, reputation ain't the best anymore. As much as I like him, it ain't. Okay? So he might have some bond money, but he can't pay it if you ain't got now. And if it starts getting too high, he give you a $10 million bond. You think he gonna go down there and pay that $1 million? Okay, he might pay it if he's scared you're gonna say something, so you won't make it to court no more. That means you won't be found no more. You'll be in the grave. And see, that's what a lot of these young dudes don't understand. They don't know that a lot of what they're doing, these little dudes ain't being taken out by the ops. They're being taken out by the people within their camp. Because when the folks start getting hot on them, they get scared they're gonna break. They kill them themselves, and they know it's gonna look like it was a retaliatory situation from the ops. I'm trying to kick some game. Okay, that's exactly what's going on. It's been going on. These little dudes so young and mindless because they have not been guided right. They don't know that. Okay. But yeah, Black Youngster seemed like he was throwing out some subliminals, you know, and I think Black Youngster further helps to seal whatever whatever case they got going on or building. Okay. They do this to themselves. Okay. And it seemed like to me he was, like I said, he was letting the people within that has been around him that's supposed to be his dudes. No, don't turn your back on me. Okay, because he might put a bag on them. Okay, so hey, it seemed like to me he said a whole lot. I listened to quite a few of the songs. I ain't gonna lie and say I listened to every one of them. I didn't listen to all of them. Okay, and that's just what I see in my opinion. I mean, that's just what I see. Um, somebody else might see differently, but I don't. I think that I'm hitting everything on the nose as it relates to Black Youngster. Okay, nobody could ever tell me that I wasn't. Okay. But anyways, you guys, may there be some peace in our community. You're right, Black Youngster. You need to go ahead and repent. Go ahead and get yourself right with God. Because you need to. A lot of these dudes, when they sending these little dudes out, they ain't never did no time. They probably was arrested. Folks quick to say, yeah, I done been to jail. They didn't tell you they got out the next damn day. A lot of them ain't stretched out and did no hard long time. They ain't did no 10, 15, 20 years. They can't even do it. They ain't never even did a year. They can't do it. So when they get to thinking about life, hell, they'll do better if they feel like the death penalty is gonna be on the table, because they said, well, at least they'll kill me. I can't be in there with them niggas like that, and I ain't got no guns. I ain't got the little dudes that I can manipulate around me to go out and do crash dummy stuff, right? They can't do it, right? But anyways, you guys, I just wanted to put my 2 cents in on that. I want you guys to please like, share, and subscribe. If you want to support the channel, you can definitely support the channel via Cash App, okay? You can definitely support the channel via Cash App, you guys, but there has to be some unity in the community. Regardless to what anybody says, Young Dolph did not deserve to die. Anybody can say whatever they want to. You a damn fool if you think you could just take somebody out because they said something you don't want to say. You're going to take your ass to prison for life. You talking about you 19, 20 years old. When you turn 30 years old, you ain't gonna feel the same way you felt at 19. And then, nigga, a lot of these little dudes, by the time y'all turn 30 years old, these OGs of asses have been croaked out from old age, diabetes, glaucoma, heart issues, all that type of shit, because their ass is already old and in bad shape. They gone on, died and gone on wherever they gonna go. And you still got a lot of life ahead of you. That's why I say these dads need to go get their damn kids, and these mothers need to stop relishing and being and glorifying because your son's walking into the house with a big wad of money. You're really encouraging them to do that stuff when you know he got money and cars and stuff, and how is he getting it? He ain't got no legitimate way of getting it. So you ultimately encouraging destruction of your son. Stop being so damn starstruck when you figure out, when you think your son is hanging with somebody. What are they doing? Why do they got your son hanging around them, especially if he ain't really got no talent? It's because they're sending him out to do the dirty work. And then some of them so dirty, and some of these folks are so messed up in the head when if something happened to your son and somebody killing, well, somebody from they had paid it for my son casket. when they the damn reason your son dead. They feel like that's the least they could do. Okay. So this stuff got to stop, you guys. Anyways, I want you guys to please like, share, and subscribe. Okay. And what I will say on this note is some of the people around Black Youngster, hey, it seemed like to me, he throwing out some subliminals in the air as it relates to them. Don't you ever think about crossing me. Okay. It seems like to me that is what he's saying, that he's not backing down. Okay. And some of his folks been hating on him from day one, and he figuring that out. Okay. So hey, anyways. Please like, share, and subscribe. Talk with you guys later.